Who is Zhang Chao? Zhang Chao was born on August 12, 1991 in Luan, Anhui, China. His nickname is Zhou Zhang. He is 6 feet 1 inch tall, he weighed around 145 to 150 pounds. Zhang Chao started as a singer, dancer, actor, professional auto racer in Beijing, and now a model/fashion trendsetter. He was named as a fashion ambassador. All the fashion designers would invite him to take photo shoot for their brands and attend their fashion shows. Zhang Chao also owns a chain of restaurants along with his godfather, the one that taught Zhang Chao how to cook like a professional chef. Their restaurants got a Michelin star. Zhang Chao is very good at playing his guitar and piano. He also is very good in sports like skiing, snowboarding, swimming, etc. He is good at tennis as well. He interviewed Roger Federer twice. For fun, he also can play ping pong extremely well. His side talents include drawing, painting, calligraphy, writing. Let me say it again, he is a great chef. Zhang Chao built a gym in his own house and work out every day for 2 hours. Every winter, he spent time snowboarding and skiing with friends. He has been with Madina Mehmet for 10 years. He got married in 2021 and has a boy 4 years old and his little girl 2 years old. He already taught his son and daughter snowboarding, swimming, horse riding and modeling at 2 years old. He is teaching his kids to play piano as well. Zhang Chao certainly achieved so much at such young age. There were a lot of questions and concerns about his upbringing. They all question what kind of childhood does this young man goes through to be who he is today. Zhang Chao always avoid answering questions related to his childhood. But everyone can see he gets very emotional and teary up quickly when someone mentioned that he didn't have a normal childhood. Let's dig deeper about Zhang Chao, shall we? Zhang Chao moved with his parents to Taiwan when he was 7 years old, where his dad was the surgeon and head of the doctors at Zhongshan Hospital. Zhang Chao loved singing and dancing when he was very little. He took piano and guitar lessons when he was 8 years old but soon became extremely good at it. At 14 his parents took him to a friend's wedding. He got on stage to sing for the bride and groom and were noticed by several music producers happened to attend that wedding. When he finished singing, those producers called him over to their table and sat him down with them. They told him he got amazing voice for a kid. They said, "Why don't you contact us later? We will send you to a professional teacher for more voice lessons to become a real singer." Zhang Chao at that time said, "My parents will not let that happen. I only sing for fun since I'm prepping for college." The producers said, "Just take my business card, whenever you're ready then contact us." Zhang Chao said thank you and left. Now I'm sure there are many of you that question how come he was only 14 years old when he said he's prepping for college. It's because Zhang Chao was actually considered a child prodigy or genius, a gifted child. A genius IQ is around 145 and above. Zhang Chao's IQ was around 155. Albert Einstein IQ was around 160. Bill Gates IQ 160. Mark Zuckerberg IQ is 152 and Elon Musk IQ 155. Because his IQ was high, his dad planned out for Zhang Chao to become a surgeon, hoping he would take over the hospital once he graduated. Either a surgeon or a scientist in medical field. Since they moved to Taiwan, his parents were extremely strict with little Zhou Zhang. He was not allowed to go outside to play with neighborhood kids. Instead of buying him toys, they buy him books to read. When he get bored they only allow Zhou Zhang to play sports. Any kind of sports or volunteer at the hospital. Zhang Chao once said in an interview that he would consider becoming a doctor had his parents didn't force him to go to the hospital such early age. The reason was because he saw too many sick people. Young, old, men, women, kids, he saw they were in so much pain. Some die painfully, some die in an instant without pain. Even the best doctors couldn't save everyone. He hated the smell of the hospital. He hated seeing little kids got poked with needles every day. To cheer those patients he often sing and dance for them. On weekend, he would have a live music where he and a group of friends would come to the hospital to sing and dance for staff members and patients. Little does his parents know that he along with a small group of friends forming a band and use the hospital to practice their skills for later. Zhou Zhang parents allow him to sing and dance only if he keeps his grade above 98 average and must be number 1 in his school. If he drops to second ranking, then he would not allow to sing and dance. If his grade dropped below 95, he would get a beating from his dad. Now if my kids could get a 90 I would award them, or even a B is okay too. 95 still get a beating? That is too extreme. In summer of 2019 some guy posted 9 videos of little Zhou Zhang when he was in his teen being beaten by his dad. Those videos quickly went viral all over Weibo, Youku. Within a day there were more than 100 million views. At the time those videos were posted, Zhou Zhang was in bed sleeping and didn't know anything about it. The next day when he woke up, his phone blew up with so many messages and missed calls. Even his wife got scared of so many messages from friends and family asking about those videos. She waited until Zhang Chao wakes up to ask him. Zhang Chao was in total shock when he saw those videos. He quickly contacted his lawyer and asked for advice on how to handle it. The first thing they did was to find out who was behind all this. After thoroughly looking at all angles from the videos, he realized the person that video recorded him must be someone he knew very well and lived close to his house. There was only one name that popped up in his mind. The next door neighbor guy. Zhang Chao's lawyer contacted that guy and told him to take down all those videos. They will pursue legal action against him. That guy, I will not give out his name, used to live next door to Zhang Chao's family. When Zhang Chao's family moved to Taiwan, they rented a high-rise condo near the hospital and Zhang Chao's school for easy to and from. Since his parents would not allow him to go outside and play, his only friend would be the guy next door. They were very close and often come over to each other's house to hang out. Zhang Chao mentioned he often cooked for that guy and sees him more like an older brother and not just friends. How could he had done such a thing? To record people without their consent is already against the law and is considered a felony. It's more wrong to post on Weibo and Youku for everyone else to see. In addition to felony charges, offenders may face civil liability charges as well. Especially Zhang Chao is very famous and most popular artist right now. To defame him this way faces very serious and hefty fines. What made it worse was the fact that not only he posted those 9 videos, he even called Zhang Chao's parents evil, monsters, and child abuser. He wrote Zhang Chao would get a beating almost every day. And he was the one that helped put ointment on the bleeding wound. He wrote that Zhang Chao started abusing drugs and alcohol at the age of 14 or 15. He was misbehaving and rebellious kid. Only a few hours after the lawyer contacted the guy, he was arrested. The police took away his laptop and computer. They searched his apartment to be sure there were no other videos similar. Zhang Chao went down to meet up with the guy at the police station. The guy got scared and begged Zhang Chao to forgive him and that he will delete all of those videos and will not do this again. Zhang Chao asked why did he video record these beatings. It's been more than 10 years, why post these videos now? What's his intentions? How could someone he considered brother betrayed him this way? His answer to Zhang Chao was, I wanted to be sure if your parents ever hurt you more I would send these videos to police as evidence to arrest them. The reason why he posted those videos now was because too many fans curious about Zhang Chao's childhood upbringing. He just wanted more viewers and subscribers for his channel. He said he quit school a long time ago and didn't know much about the law. He said Zhang Chao and him lost contact after Zhang Chao's family moved away. He thought this is the best way to get in touch again. Zhang Chao was so mad and disappointed he wanted nothing to do with the guy anymore. Zhang Chao ended up not pressing charges because he felt bad for the guy. However, Zhang Chao made the guy apologize to his parents and fans on Weibo. Then Zhang Chao himself went on the Morning Flower news station and had an interview. In the interview he explained that his parents were brought up the old traditional culture Asian way. Back then and some area now still used to discipline kids by beating them with feather dusters, wooden sticks, rulers, belt, or anything they could get their hands on. That's very normal in any Asian family. He went on to say that guy exaggerated. Zhang Chao did not get beaten daily. He said when he was little, he was a very obedient boy. He did everything his parents told him to do. But when he was in his teenage years, he became disobedient and rebellious. He claimed his parents were too strict on him. At one point, he even wished his parents would get a divorce so that he doesn't have to live with his dad. His mom is a neat and clean freak. She taught Zhou Zhang to be independent since little. Zhou Zhang must do house chores, keep the house clean and organized. His daily routine would include making his bed when he wakes up, cook breakfast for himself to eat, wash all dishes and help his mom clean the house before heading to school. After school, he must do his homework and study for the next day. Then he would help his mom to cook dinner. He and his mom would wash dishes and clean the house. Then he must practice his piano and guitar lessons. Zhang Chao was allowed 1 hour of playtime to do whatever he wanted. His parents then let him watch movies/TV with them until 9 p.m. when he completed all his tasks. He then shower and brush his teeth before bedtime. His mom makes sure his bed sheets get changed out every other day. Make sure Zhang Chao brush his teeth after each time he eats. Zhang Chao must be clean and organized at all time. During summer, Zhang Chao still have to go to school half a day and then volunteer or train at the hospital by his dad. Weekend he allowed to play sports or outdoor activities with his parents and their friends. Sometime he had to lie to his parents that he study over a friend's house, but instead he would hang out with his girlfriend or practice dancing and singing with his group of friends. He only get a beating when he got caught lying or getting into fights with other kids. He said he often got bullied by older kids because they hated the fact that Zhang Chao was way smarter than them. And not to mention Zhang Chao was already a very handsome young man even in his teens. That caused the young ladies at school to like and follow him around. And because of that, the older boys hated Zhang Chao even more and often gang up to beat up Zhang Chao behind the schoolyard. Usually he would ended up in a fight after school. His parents would always get phone calls complained about the fights from other kids' parents. Not sure if other kids got punished, but for sure Zhang Chao got punished. Zhang Chao also said, if you read Bill Gates' profile, you must know when he was little, he would always get bullied by older kids. Most genius kids were bullied by their classmate for being smart and much younger. He said he would rather be a normal kid. He didn't want to skip grade, and rather be surrounded by kids his age. The teachers made him skip a few grades because it was too easy for him. His parents discovered that Zhou Zhang has the ability to memorize and strategize better than adults when he was only 8. He solved difficult problems with ease and very fast. His parents then took him to get tested and found out their son was considered a genius kid. Zhang Chao was so smart and still is. He's gifted and talented. He skipped a few grades and always maintained number 1 in school. His classmates were all older than him. Some by 3 to 4 years older. At 15 years old, he already finished high school and was ready for college. He got accepted in a few prestigious colleges like Harvard, Duke, Yale, Oxford on a full-ride scholarship. He wanted to attend Harvard to be far away from his parents, but his dad said no. His dad chose University of Oxford for Zhang Chao because his dad got accepted at the hospital near Oxford. They moved to England with him to keep an eye on him. Zhang Chao finished his master degree in medical field at Oxford in just 3 years at the age of 18 when everyone else took 6 years or longer to finish. Just when his dad thought he was on the right path, they had to go back home in Anhui to attend his grandpa's funeral during the summer after he finished his master. His dad had to stay back in his hometown to take care of some personal business and told his mom to go back to England with Zhang Chao so he continue his doctorate degree. Zhang Chao and his mom went back to Oxford, but before the school year begins, Zhang Chao told his mom something that really shocking. He said, "Mom, I need you to sit down and stay calm when I have to tell you something very important." He said, "I am not going to Oxford to continue with my doctorate degree. Instead, I already got accepted at Beijing Contemporary Music Academy on a full-ride scholarship. Just so you know, Beijing Contemporary of Music School is one of the best school for talented kids, which they mainly teach music, dancing, film production, performance arts. This school has the best and most modern teaching technique and equipments. The teachers there are high quality and has special characteristics that combine Eastern and Western arts. Mainly foreign teachers from UK, USA, Korea. To qualify as a student there, you must be gifted or have talents already. Students must speak English well so they could communicate with foreign teachers. This is an international performance arts school." Okay, so after his mom heard what Zhou Zhang said, she was so stung to the point she couldn't speak or move for a little while. Then she said, "No way, your dad and I will let you destroy your career like this. How could you do this to us?" Zhang Chao then said, "Mom, this is my career choice. I'm 18 now, I'm an adult and I can choose my own career. I never wanted to be a doctor or a scientist. It's you and Dad keep forcing me to do what I don't want to do. You don't know how I feel all these years. You don't know I cry myself to sleep so many nights. What makes it worse is that these older kids at school always bullied me and always pick a fight with me, but yet Dad ended up whipping my butts. You and Dad never cared to listen to me or believe me. All these years I really try hard to be a good son, but you don't care about my feelings. I don't want to waste my time at medical school while I could be learning and doing what I love. I want you to know I've made a decision already and I hope you and Dad will accept it. Also, I will be staying at the dormitory so you and Dad can move back to Taiwan and don't worry about me. Mom, I'm packing up my stuffs and you need to do the same. I bought 2 tickets for us to go back to Taiwan in 2 days with my own savings. Once I'm back in Taiwan, then you could tell Dad about my decision." His mom was so afraid once his dad found out, he will lose his temper on Zhang Chao. Zhang Chao was so persistent in his decision, he told his mom, "If you and Dad make me continue my education here at Oxford, you and Dad might as well kill me. If not, let me take my own life. I'm serious this time and no one will stop me unless I'm dead." When Zhang Chao and his mom went home to Taiwan, his dad was in total shock. He was shaking up when he heard what Zhang Chao had to say. Zhang Chao in his mind already prepared for what to come. He got down on his knees and said, "Today I give you both my life back since you always say you gave me my body, my brain, and my life. I couldn't do anything when I was little, but now I'm 18 years old. I would like to be able to live my own life. School start in less than 3 weeks, I will move into the dorm and won't be living at home with you two. So today, I'm ready to take any beatings from you. You can beat me until I die, or paralyze me, then I can't live my dream. If there is any chance I could walk after today, I will pursue my dream." In the interview show, Zhang Chao was tearing up badly when he tells his story. He told the interviewer that night his dad was so stung by his decision and didn't know what to do. He sat in the chair staring at Zhang Chao while Zhang Chao continued to kneel on the floor for over an hour. Then his dad stood up and walked to his bedroom and slammed the door. His mom cried so much that night and said, "Go to your room while your dad and I figure out what to do with you. What a shame that you turn out this way. All our efforts just go down the drain. I don't want to see you right now." So then Zhang Chao went inside his room and wouldn't come out for like 2 days. Zhang Chao described that during those 2 days in his room were the worst days of his life. Not knowing what his parents were thinking or wanting to do with him. He said worst thing is he could commit suicide if they force him to. Zhang Chao said all of a sudden he remembered to call his grandma to tell her goodbye. He told her what he did and that he thinks his dad might kill him or he would kill himself. His grandma then told him, "Don't be stupid." She bought ticket and flew in the next day and sat down with both his parents. She told them, why the family turn out this way. Why force Zhang Chao to be somebody he's not? Zhang Chao is her only grandson. She told his parents, "If you kill my only grandson, then I will kill myself too. If you disown my grandson, then I will disown both of you. If you beat my grandson, then I will beat you. This must stop before somebody die over nothing." After the long discussion, Zhang Chao parents finally said, "Fine, you do whatever you want. If you fail, don't come crying to us or asking us to help. You think you're old enough to fly, then I want to see how high you fly." Zhang Chao said when he started attending classes at Beijing Contemporary Music Academy, he really focus and study so hard. He practice his singing and dancing any chance he gets. His teachers really like Zhang Chao and said this boy is so determined and he will be successful one day. And you already know who he is today. Let me rewind a little bit and go back to the day he met the producers at the wedding. He took their business cards and went home that night. Even though he said his dad would not allow that to happen, well in his mind, he was constantly thinking about calling the producers. Zhang Chao shared this information with his friends. They discuss about wanting to sign up for the youth singing competition coming up end of that year. Zhang Chao decided to call the producers and said he and his group of 7 would like to sign up for the singing competition and will go from there. They practice every chance they get. They had 8 months to prepare. During this time, Zhang Chao was supposed to prepare for his college, so he must maintain his #1 ranking in school, but also he had to have time to practice with the group. He had to lie to his parents so many times to get together with his friends. So whenever he got caught lying, then he would get beat up by his dad. Even when his dad locked him up in his room, Zhang Chao would climb out his window to get to his practice. Zhang Chao would often come to dance practice in pain, so that's the reason why he took painkiller pills and sometime overdose himself to the point he couldn't breathe. He was rushed to the hospital where his dad treated him. His dad of course now realized he stole painkillers and was taking so much of them. Once again, Zhang Chao would receive a beating from his dad. But now Zhang Chao can't get his hands on painkiller pills, so then he was clever enough to sneak in the medicine room at the hospital and was able to steal morphine and start injecting himself with it to help with the pain. Zhang Chao told in the interview his dad is a doctor, so he knows the only area on your body that has the most meat is your buttocks. The pain is unbearable but not as harmful and could heal faster than everywhere else on your body. That's why when he punished Zhang Chao, he would make Zhang Chao lie face down and only beats his bottom. But because Zhang Chao was not allowed to miss school, he often had to sit all day in class on the sore bottoms. Then the dance practice is painful for him as well. Zhang Chao had no choice but to try to steal as much morphine as possible to help ease the pain. But soon the hospital staffs realized so many bottles of morphine drugs were missing. His dad immediately knows Zhang Chao was the culprit. Sure enough, when Zhang Chao came home, his dad told him to lie down and he pulled his pants down to check. There were several needle marks on his upper part of his buttocks. Zhang Chao admits he stole it, but he said it's because his dad keeps beating him so much and he's constantly in pain. After this incident, his dad won't allow him to go to the hospital anymore and would often check on Zhang Chao to be sure he's not using drugs. When time for the competition, his group of 7 won championship and debut their very first album and video. Meanwhile his parents were busy with work at the hospital. They didn't know the competition was going on. Zhang Chao said he used up all his savings and borrowed from friends to buy clothes to wear to the competition. Zhang Chao loved rock music and his group won because of their rock music they produced. Zhang Chao said a lot of things he did that his parents would never approve on was that he and his group went to a tattoo parlor nearby and each got a tattoo on their shoulder. Zhang Chao, however, got tattoo on both of his shoulders. He also pierced his left ear. He cuts his hair and style it the way rock star would. He forced his parents' signature when he signed up for the competition since he's under 18. He made a fake ID to show he's 21 so that he could go drinking with his friends. By the way, he was only 14 at this time and he's the only underage in his group. He said now that he can't take painkillers or inject morphine, he used alcohol as a mean to help with the pain he endures. When the competition aired on TV, his parents' friends would call to congratulate him. His parents now realized Zhang Chao had snuck behind their back and did so many things. They were so disappointed and came to the producer of the show to complain. Zhang Chao got so scared and begged his dad not to. He told his dad, "If you make a complaint, the group would lose the trophy and wouldn't be able to pursue their career. Zhang Chao said he agrees to be punished by his dad, however he wants if his dad won't make a big deal. He said it's all his fault and it's not fair to the group. There is still a video of Zhang Chao crying so hard in the back studio when he had to say goodbye to his group and goodbye to his Caucasian teacher. Zhang Chao said he was heavily punished by his dad when he got home. He said it took him more than a week for his wound to heal. Luckily it was during winter break and he didn't have to go to school. He was locked up and in bed for a whole week. He said he was crying every day over this. That's the reason why he's known as a crybaby. But to Zhang Chao, he cried mainly because he couldn't do what he loves to do and was forced to go to England to study abroad. Many of you probably were able to download or at least watch those 9 videos from what the neighbor guy post on Weibo and Youku. But still so many people didn't know and couldn't watch in time when those videos were taken down. They requested me to do a quick review. So I'm going to tell you the details of some of the videos that caused netizen to get so upset over. Zhang Chao's fans around the world were making rude comments about his parent. Calling them evil parents, parents from hell. Calling his mom a witch. Some said his mom is to blame because she didn't stop his dad from beating him ruthlessly. Some threatened to beat his parents if they see them. Zhang Chao had to beg his fans to stop writing rude comments about his parents. He said if you are truly my fans then you shouldn't hurt my parents' feelings. His mom was crying so much over this. They are old now and shouldn't have to deal with this. He said he wasn't abused when he was a kid. Zhang Chao said because he was their only son, that's why they overprotected him. They were too old school and only discipline him the way they know how. He said he was to blame because he was a bad kid. Zhang Chao said that happened 10 years ago. He's a grown man now and no more beating or hatred feelings toward his parents. He and his parents get along now and they are supporting him 100%. Zhang Chao said he often come home to visit them whenever he has time. He said his parents are more open now and had changed so much. They learned to accept the fast pace the world is becoming. They are very proud of who Zhang Chao is today. In those videos, you could clearly see Zhang Chao was lying face down on the sofa or a long wooden bench. His arms were folded and his face rested on his arm. He was crying loud and often pleaded with his dad to stop beating him. A few times you can hear Zhang Chao saying, "I'm sorry dad, I promise I won't do it again. Please stop beating me. You're hurting me." Some video you can see his dad tied his legs to the wooden bench so that he couldn't get off while the beating was going on. I'm only going to tell you detail about a particular video that netizen got really upset. In this video, you can see Zhang Chao's arms, legs and back had lots of cuts and scrapes and were bleeding. The back of his white shirt had spots of blood all over. You can hear Zhang Chao begging his dad for forgiveness as he was already injured and bleeding. But the dad was so mad and was yelling. The whole conversation between Zhang Chao and his dad is as follow: "Why didn't you use your brain before you dare climbing out the window and took a girl out late at night on a heavy rainy day like this? It's after midnight and you're both underage. What were you two doing out at night time? Dad, it's her birthday so I took her out on a date to celebrate. We didn't do anything bad. It was raining hard so we were gonna wait till the rain died down but it's getting so late. I was rushing to take her home, we argued and the accident happened. Oh, and she told her parents you were to blame for the bicycle accident that you both fell off the bike. Dad, she caused the accident. I fell off the bike first so that I could cover for her, she fell on top of me. That's why my legs, arms and back were all scratched up with cuts and scrapes as she landed on top of me. Yeah, and she blamed you so her parents won't have to pay for your injuries and damaged bike. You going to walk to school until you earn a new bike. But now you must face the consequences for your action. I'll give you 15 minutes to go take a quick shower and change. When time's up, you better be lying face down on the sofa and take your beating." Zhang Chao begged his dad again and said, "Please dad, I'm already injured." But his dad said, "I whip your butts, has nothing to do with your arm and leg or back. You don't learn your lesson ever, how many times you apologize to me and yet get into trouble again and again. Where is your brain? What's the point of having high IQ but don't use? 15 minutes start now." Then after that, Zhang Chao came out in short and t-shirt, walked over to the sofa and lie face down. Of course the beating lasted. After 10 strokes of the cane can be heard loud and hard. Mostly Zhang Chao would get about 10 to 20 strokes of the cane or wooden sticks. There was one video he got beaten over 50 strokes of the cane. That video must be the one he went behind his dad's and got a tattoo, signed his dad's name and made a fake ID to go drinking. This was the reason netizen got upset and wrote many nasty comments and threats to his parents. He was just a kid at the time. I believe those 9 videos Zhang Chao were probably be at the age from 13 to 15. If you happen to watch those 9 videos, you would easily get upset at his parents. It was too much for me to watch. I would be screaming and crying so loud too. Zhang Chao might be a rebellious kid but that's normal for teenager nowadays. Yes, sometime I get so angry at my kids and want to kill them myself but of course I had to calm myself down. His dad however, beat the little Zhou Zhang so hard was uncalled for. Just from watching the video, you can feel the pain Zhang Chao had to endure. I'm glad Zhang Chao turned out to be a fine young man. Zhang Chao said he is very happy with his life now. He was able to quit drinking, he doesn't need painkiller anymore. He enjoy traveling with his family and enjoy drinking tea with friends instead of liquor. He accomplished so much at such young age. He just turned 32 in August this year and already his net worth had accumulated over 250 million. He owns several mansions, one in Beijing, one in Taiwan, and one in Luan, Anhui, and his parents gave them a $5 million house as a gift for their wedding. Zhang Chao also owns many luxury sport cars like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Mercedes, boats, etc. He is blessed with so much talents. Zhang Chao was a badass auto racer for China Formula Grand Prix. In Beijing in 2015. Zhang Lei, the billionaire founder and CEO of Envision Energy, gave Zhang Chao a beautiful red Ferrari F40 for a race he bet with Zhang Chao. Of course Zhang Chao won first place and got the car. He quit racing when he got married to Madina Mehmet. Zhang Chao won the most popular actor in 2022 and 2023 consecutively. He won Best Actor award for the Fox's Summer Series. He won a few Best Supporting Actor awards. He was named as ambassador for the modeling industry. He won the China Dancing with the Stars. He was a contestant alongside with Dimash on an international contest. Zhang Chao got over 1.5 billion followers on Weibo, Youku, TikTok and other China social media. He got fans from all over the world. Fans from Mexico, Spain, India, Korea, Turkish, and other country you wouldn't think of even know of Zhang Chao. He's such a handsome young man. But very down to earth. He loves to talk and smile constantly. He's very funny and warm towards everybody. That's why he got so many fans young and old. Men and women all love him. I'm a grown man and still follow him, then you know how popular he is. Well, that's all I have for you at this time. Any more update I will post later. Please continue to follow my page for more information about Zhang Chao and other stars. I'm showing you a few short clips from the interview due to copyright. The Morning Flower news station still post the interview. Zhang Chao explained in details about his childhood memories. You can see he was in tears, crying a few times. There was one time tears keep falling down on his cheeks that the interviewer asked to turn off the camera. Let Zhang Chao calms down before continue with his story. Zhang Chao said he never felt he was abused by his parents. It was part of growing up, making lots of mistakes and being disciplined. He said every family have their own way of living and teaching their kids. His parents were not wrong in using strict discipline on him. Caning or beating was and still is a common form of judicial punishment in many parts of the world. It's legal in numerous countries in home, school, religious, judicial or military and prison too. In England, school and home kids often get caned on their bare bottom. Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Indonesia and many other countries still using the form of caning in prison, in school, and at home. How come no one say anything about that? How come people attack my parents? He said, any one of you dare to say you've been a great kid all your life and never made a single mistake? If you never been disciplined by your parents, could only mean your parents were too busy and didn't bother to pay attention to you. Yes, my parents were too strict, but looking back, thanks to them that I am who I am today. All I ask of you is to please leave them alone. Let them enjoy their retirement. Your mean and cruel words are like knives that could stab them in their heart. You're rubbing salt on my wound. But my wound had been healed a long time ago. I'm happy with my life now. My parents are great loving parents to me, to my wife and my kids. I'm a father now. I know I will not be too strict with my kids. I will learn to listen to them and teach them a different way without hitting. I even told my wife, never hit our kids. If they did something bad, just sit down and explain to them. Give them time out, or worst case, ground them with no toys, no games, no TV, no iPad, but absolutely no hitting. We're living in a different era now. Traditional way will not work with kids nowadays. Anyways, let just leave his family alone, people. He has a bright future ahead of him. Enjoy his performances instead. He's coming out with a new drama series, so watch out for that. That's it for now. Stay tuned for more update and news about Zhang Chao and other stars. This is a cut-off clip of a 15-year-old little Zhang Chao won the youth singing and dancing competition with his group of 7 friends. He was the only one underage and had to force his parents' signature. His parents told him to say goodbye to the group and his teachers before he has to go to England to study abroad at University of Oxford. Clearly he was crying so much. The producer had his group came out and sing for the audiences and thank them for their supports at an event a month after the competition. It was their first debut after winning the competition. He was loved by all the audiences when he came out to bow to them and thank them one last time. The teachers and producer of the youth singing and dancing competition said they are not mad at him for forcing his parents' signature but rather felt bad for Zhang Chao that he had to quit right the same night their first debut came out. They all said what a waste of a talented kid. But they could also understand his parents' feeling for wanting their only son to be a scientist because he's a genius kid.